This is the brave tale of the Ballad of Gog-Magog. Back in the mists of mythic time, with the world but half explored, our tight-knit crew clambered out the blue on a far-flung western shore. We had narrowly escaped with our hearts intact when our hopes had been razed to the ground, but we clung to a spark through the leaky dark, unaware of where we were bound. When the green hills raised their heads to sing, one and all and hand in hand, what we saw in that view was our dreams come true, and we stooped to kiss the dry land. Out spake our captain, brave and bold, with his bright, unflinching gaze, "We will burn the boat that has kept us afloat, and it's here we'll spend our days." But behind the screen of the settler's dream lurks truth's indigenous curse. You may stretch your hand to grasp the land, but the natives got there first. So just as our hopes sang home and dry, we finally sense our place. That sceptred isle cracked a crooked smile. She was home to a giant race. Gaunt and grim were the ogre clan that stanked through mire and bog. The worst of all was Oak Tree Tall, and his name was Gog-Magog. Forget you've had a past, forget you've a future too. You cannot escape through my landscape. I will squeeze all the hope out of you. Then up jumped Corin, the cabin boy, a hero in our midst. He'd a trusty hand and a merry heart, and they called him Thunder Fist. Yes, up jumped Corin, standing 5'0", his smile as bright as day. "Though our path seems blocked by this monstrous rock, I'm sure we'll find a way. No sword, no shield, no knife concealed, no weapon shall I take, but the sail that bore our ship to shore shall a canvas jacket make. With muscle and bone I'd stand alone and bear my empty hand. I'll pit my brain 'gainst his might and main and fight him man to man." So from our cave crept we bold and brave, unsure which song to sing. As high on a cliff where the breeze hung stiff, we formed our wrestling wing. Like a Christmas play, Corin cleared the way. "A room, brave gallants, room!" But the skies grew dim as the truth rolled in, like a towering cloud of doom. Gog-Magog, he scowled and spat. "Who is this weedy squirt? In 2 quick ticks with a finger's flick, I'll grind him into the dirt." "Gwari-wheg, you gwari-teg," was the oath the wrestlers swore. "Meaday on dole," we heard them growl, "Hep garauda natrator." Gwari-wheg, you gwari-teg, pleasing play is fair play. "Meaday on dole, hep garauda natrator." May our wrestling be neither brutal nor treacherous. Now Corin's wish was a slippery fish. He planned to dodge and weave. Straight out the book he showed a neat 4 crook, but the giant played the underheave. Hitched high above in the giant's hug, our man tried to double sprag, but our hearts stood still on that wind-blown hill when we heard his ribs go crack. Crack, 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 sang the cabin boy's bones. Gogmagog held his victory roar. With a kick in the guts like a sack of spuds, Corin tumbled down to the floor. It was just begun, yet the fight was done, and the giant's boast rang true. He had squished our hope like a bar of soap. Not one of us knew what to do. Yet, crippled with pain, Corin rose again in a manner that few would dare. Before our eyes, to the world's surprise, he had pulled off the flying mare. With a startling dart of the wrestler's art, with every last scrap of strength, he gave a shoulder dip and a bounce of the hip, and he'd thrown the giant full length. One instant, there were the wrestling pair, black against the high green hoe. Then Corin, alone, as Gogmagog hurtled to the waves below. We heard his call, we saw him fall, flung from the island shore. Then the monstrous bulk of the giant's hulk crashed to the ocean floor. A titanic jolt, like a thunderbolt, ripped through the deep seabed. The seismic shock forcing waves of rock to thrust up over our heads. We stood and gaped at a fresh landscape, with open mouth and eye. Where once rolled sea stood a new country, proudly high and dry. 'Twas a horn-shaped land with a granite spine of lofty tumbling tors, where rich lodes fizzed and minerals fused 'neath golden furze-clad moors. Wooded dale and pastured vale in pleasing patchwork laid, round craggy cape and cosy cove where fish and lobster played. Out spake our captain one more time, and shaking Corin's hand, "Our British crew was saved by you, so this shall be your land. Take kith and kin to hope and dream, in peace to live and die. Kidja tha ves," he smiled and winked, "go forth and multiply. Dig deep, sing up, laugh loud and long, be ready at the call. Welcome strangers, honour friends, remember one and all." So Corin set his best foot for into this land we know, our source, our strength, our rest at length, our rock, our home, Cairno. And you know, of course, that the English and Sosneck call this land of Cairno Cornwall. And now the centuries have spun their tangled webs of time. Perhaps no seasons left for myth, no reasons left in rhyme. But when our future hopes and dreams seem crushed or lost in fog, like Corin stand, and hand in hand we'll vanquish Gogmagog.